Hi, I'm Harriet Hageman. This week in Washington, D.C., we had two significant votes. First, the House voted on and passed H.R. 5403, the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act. This legislation will prevent the creation of a central bank digital currency, something the Biden administration is wrongfully considering. I co-sponsored this bill and voted in its favor because CBDCs, as a digital form of currency, would be created and issued by the federal government, thereby giving the federal government the ability to choke off politically unpopular activities and businesses, including those businesses that produce our energy and food. A CBDC would make it easier for the government to freeze or seize assets, create negative interest rates, with the goal being to force consumer spending or prohibit people from buying certain items. The second significant vote was on H.R. 192, which would prohibit individuals who are not citizens of the United States from voting in elections in the District of Columbia. D.C. as a city is unique, as it is not within a state, but instead falls under the jurisdiction of the federal government. The D.C. City Council has decided they want illegals voting in their local elections. As the body responsible for overseeing D.C., however, Republicans in Congress will not support such lawless behavior. This week, I also joined Representatives Newhouse and Duarte to introduce Congressional Review Act resolutions to overturn the Biden administration's recent rule updates to the Endangered Species Act. These changes would reverse critical reforms to the ESA. Two things are needed to adequately recover and manage endangered species across the United States. We need greater transparency and less federal bureaucracy. This latest rule from the Biden administration accomplishes the exact opposite, handicapping local and state management agencies in the process. This rule takes species conservation in the wrong direction and punishes our landowners. As such, I've introduced these CRA resolutions to prevent this ill-designed rule from taking effect. In the Judiciary Committee this week, we had the opportunity to question ATF Director Dellenbach on the weaponization of the ATF. The agency has intentionally drafted vague and ambiguous rules in order to try to criminalize lawful and constitutional conduct simply because this administration despises the Second Amendment and our right to bear arms. We must fight back against the ATF's illegal rules and actions, whether they be the unconstitutional pistol brace ban, threats to restrict our ammunition supplies, or how the ATF administers search warrants. As always, I appreciate your support and look forward to continuing to serve you. If you would like more information on all of this week's votes, committee hearings, media interviews, and more, please subscribe to my weekly newsletter, The Wyoming Roundup, or you can follow me on social media at Rep. Hageman. Links to the newsletter and my social media pages are also provided on my website, hageman.house.gov. I hope you have a wonderful week.